Okay, so we're going to solve these linear inequalities. So on this first one, A, we have x minus 15 is less than 4. Well, it's very similar to an equation. We're going to add 15 to both sides. And we get x is less than 19, right? Okay, so you can make a number line. Here's 0, here's 19. I'm not going to put 19 little things, but it's going to be all the numbers then less than 19. How do we write that in the interval notation? It's going from negative infinity to 19, parenthesis. That would be the interval. If they ask you to graph it, there's the graph. A lot of textbooks like you to graph them, but if they don't, then that's okay. You don't have to graph it. All right, so now here we have B. You see that x is on the right-hand side. Now that makes it a little bit different for inequalities. We'll talk about that. But you still want to get x by itself. You're going to add 1 to both sides. So you have 7 is greater than or equal to x. Okay, now you can think about that. Okay, 7's bigger than all these values of x. Here's 0, here's 7. So I'm saying greater than or equal to, square bracket, this way. Now, let's say you don't like that though. I don't really like to have my variable on the right. I would rather have it on the left. Well, I think about it like the marching band. It's going to turn the corner. And what's going to happen? I'm going to have x is less than or equal to 7. So I don't know if you were in the marching band, but if that I wasn't, but if that illustration helps, your x is coming to the right, but now your greater than becomes a less than, and then your 7. So we're talking about all the numbers less than or equal to 7. Okay, so however you want to think about it, I like to have my x on the left. Okay, so we're talking from negative infinity to 7, but with a bracket on that 7. There's the interval. Okay, and then on our last one here, you have x plus 7 is greater than 9. Well, and it says with addition, I'm going to add a negative 7 to both sides, right? Subtracting 7 is the same as adding a negative 7. So I get x is greater than 2. Now, some of you may have worked with inequalities before, and you might be remembering some rules from the past. We'll go over them as we do different problems. But for now, this is what we have. Here's 2, and x is greater than 2, so I'm talking about all these numbers. So that's going to go from 2 to infinity. I have a hard time not saying infinity and beyond. Okay, so that's how we solve linear equations, or linear inequalities. They're a lot like equations.